This, okay, it's in focus. This is my $400 gaming computer. Now, at first you're like, no. You know, like, here's what it looks like. It looks pretty cool. But because Christmas time is coming and I've spent a lot on computer parts already, I'm looking to retire this bad boy. Maybe give it to some family member. So I decided just to show it to you because I've never really shown it on YouTube before. So yeah, let me take it apart real quick. And this is where the magic happens. You might be looking at it like, what is going on here? But I did upgrade this computer, of course, but I originally bought it at Goodwill for around like $300 because I think the previous owner either had a problem with it or there's something faulty with it. And yeah, there was one point where I couldn't boot this thing up because one of the hard drives were failing. So yeah, that was a little bit scary, but I transferred all that onto an SSD, which, yeah, there's one back there. And yeah, that was a little bit scary. I had a whole post on it. Now it didn't come with what it has now. Like, for example, the power supply. I need to upgrade this before I could put in, you know, the graphics card, for example. The graphics card I spent probably around 150 on. It's a EVGA RTX 2060 SC, which is like super clock. It doesn't really matter. It was like a good deal, you know, like a year or two ago when I bought it. It originally came with a GTX 1060, I believe, and it was fine, but you know, it needed to be upgraded, and this thing was like old enough to work. I think like any graphics card could really work in here. But yeah, I just decided to get an older one. I didn't really want to get a newer one because they're expensive, and also I didn't know if it could work on a PC from like 2019, because this is the Dell Inspiron 5676 is what it's called. But anyway, this power supply has 750 because that's how many watts it uses. Whenever you turn it on, the lights can like flicker and stuff. So yeah, I usually just keep it in idle mode a lot of the time, which is when you're not from your PC, it shuts off, and then when you want to come back, just turn it on and it'll boot right up. You don't have to wait for Windows to load or anything. And the RAM, I don't know if you could see that, it had DDR3, I believe, or 4, I don't know. It was a really low amount, so then I upgraded it to 2 sticks of 16. So it has 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, and down here is a 4 terabyte hard drive, which I picked up for, I think, $40 on eBay, and it was a good deal compared to my old hard drive that was failing, that was released in 2011, and yeah, that was a failing hard drive. On my newer computer, I don't really plan on using a hard drive necessarily. They're really good for storing, you know, like huge amounts of data, and they're like relatively cheaper, but they're so incredibly slow that I would not want to switch to it. And this is an older fan, this is a newer one. This guy I picked up at a Goodwill too for only like $5. It's just in like a bin, and I'm like, you know what, this might work. So I bought it for $5, and it's really cool. If I can turn it on, let me show you. Alright, I got the connector in the Corsair 750X. I paid $37 for this. I remember I got it on eBay and it was considered faulty or unused for a long time, and I just decided to buy it. Don't do that. But here it is when it turns on. It's pretty cool.